Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp on the Lip, and I'm here with basically a heads up for you all about a upcoming, what should we say, online expo, online talk session coming up from Matrix Games, Slitherine Games. And what it is on October 13th. Now, it's their time. They're in the UK, so it's 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock. So what is that, 1700 to 1900 is when they're doing it, and they're doing it live on Twitch. I'll put the link down in the description of this video if you guys want to go check it out. But for my time, that's going to be at 12 to 2. All right, so 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the US. Adjust accordingly. The UK is 5 hours ahead for me. If you're middle or West Coast, you have to adjust. They might be 6, 7, whatever hours ahead of you. So just check for your local time. I know for me, it's going to be 12 to 2 p.m. on the 13th of October when they're going to be doing this. And they're going to be talking about a whole bunch of their different games that they've been covering. Like I said, I've been trying to cover a little bit more in the digital stuff. I did cover Valor and Victory, and that one is also going to be touched on here. I'm not going to show it in this video because I did a whole video on it and the expansion that they are coming out with. Played a little game with it. Really fun game, had a lot of fun with it, so definitely go check that out. But what I want to do is take and go across here and just give you a heads up of what all's coming in this little audience they're putting on. The thing is, they did have a little embargo there for a little bit, that you couldn't say too much about it. That's been lifted, so I can show you guys what's coming up. Now, I don't know every single specific, but I at least can give you in the ballpark of what's coming. Since there are a lot of games, though, we're not going to be able to spend a huge amount of time on each, but I'll try to show you a little bit of each one. First one we've got up here is modern naval warfare. All right, it says it is the next generation of naval combat simulator, which will immerse you in the dark, unforgiving world of modern high-tech naval combat. Let's click this video, pop it up, and take it off mute. It says all of this is recorded with the in-game engine. Cut that down a little bit. I'm already getting cold water vibes right now. I really like cold water. It's a good game. Are you like in the cockpit of this thing? Are you like in the command room? Is that what's going on? Huh. Okay, I don't know. Is this multiplayer, or are you controlling all the different stations on the ship? I mean, this almost looks like a training simulator for the Navy, man. The games are so realistic now. Come on, let's shoot something. Fire missiles, fire torpedoes. The graphics are pretty good, I'll give it that. Because with war games, you don't have to have good graphics, right? Graphics are hit or miss for us. Sometimes we like good graphics, sometimes we don't. It just depends on the game. But the graphics are actually pretty good here. Coming in with a drone strike. There's a harpoon missile coming in. Ooh, I like that. This, with all the different vehicles and stuff going on, this has got to be more of an RTS type than actual control room. Speed this up a little bit because I can't wait the whole time. Let's see what all pictures we have. This looks like it's, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to play out. I'm definitely excited by the look of it. My guess is you're controlling some type of what is that naval command game? The one where you control like aircraft carriers or battleships, something like that, where you're controlling it from the command station, and it could be a multiplayer game. It's giving me those vibes. Let's see. Next generation combat simulator. Keep track of your enemies, hunt or escort convoys, undertake covert operations, unleash devastating land strikes. You will be in command of the United States' latest and most lethal nuclear attack submarine, the SS N-774 Virginia class, in such detail that will blow your mind. Play in cooperative mode and assign your friends into a wide variety of highly detailed stations or face them as enemies. Choose from a wide range of weapons and play hide and seek into the underwater valleys of the South China Sea. All right, that actually sounds really cool. So this one is one that is going to be covered in their little chat. The first one, let's take a look at the next one. Now, when it comes to these games, just FYI, some of these games are released, some of these games aren't released, some of them are getting DLC. It just depends. They're covering a wide variety of different topics over these games, okay? Next one up, Flashpoint Campaigns Southern Storm. It's a grand tactical war game set at the height of the Cold War with action centered in the year 1989. As the force commander, you will plan and then issue orders and standard operating procedures to your battalion, brigade, or regimental forces, shaping the fight by maneuver and your intent. So to me, this sounds like if you're into like Third World War or NATO, the board games, probably one you definitely want to take a look at. Let's see what the video shows us real quick.
Southern Storm is an asynchronous We Go Turns wargame set in the 1980s Cold War era. You command a battalion force on large hex-based maps covering areas of southern Germany. The game features 25 scenarios and 4 detailed campaigns with forces ranging from the US, France, Canada, West Germany, Soviet Union, East Germany, and Czechoslovakia. You are in charge of hundreds of meticulously researched platforms and weapons, detailed orders of battle, realistic modeling of modern combat, including armor, infantry, helicopters, air power, and chemical and nuclear weapons.
Nuclear.
Terrain and weather conditions also play a significant part in your strategy, with real-world weather sourced from official real regional data. The user interface is designed to give a deep, immersive gaming experience. It allows you to design your own UI layout over multiple screens, extra-wide displays, or single monitors. Many panels are dockable, and their positions are saved for future games. Map and counter colors are fully customizable to better read markers and counters. A comprehensive unit dashboard allows you to review and edit waypoint order, view the status of every unit and subunits, as well as a wealth of other detailed information. Units' parameters such as readiness, ammo level, morale, and overall capability are constantly kept under control through the use of the status icons. These icons are both color and shape defined for quick recognition. The built-in game editors allow you to create or modify scenarios and campaigns on any game map. Editing tools provide a means to craft battle plans to add to scenarios to tailor the direction of the AI. Designed to be mod-friendly, the game allows you to edit or create game data, add new art, and new sounds. The Flashpoint Campaigns game system is used as a training and analytical software in professional defense environments. Southern Storm is its latest, most advanced commercial iteration.
All right, definitely looks good. If you like hex and counter games, if you like Third World War, this is definitely one you want to take a look at. Let's see what else they say. We go turns. It's a deep simulation, all the other stuff. This one looks like it's definitely complex, though. There's a lot going on under the hood. You can already see that. So I would say if you want something in the Third World War type series and you're into games like War in the East, War in the West, that level of complexity, definitely one to take a look at. This one is listed down as coming soon, so it has not released just yet, so keep your eyes peeled. Definitely check out the Twitch stream to find out when it is coming. And it's another one that's on my radar. I like what I saw in some of these pictures. It looked like it had like point values for how far the units could move. I saw something in that video that caught my attention. To see if I can find that spot. Where was it? A little bit ahead. Where was it? Come on, help me find it. No, it's not that. It was a little farther back. Oh, here it is. I'm looking at this. That looks like some type of fortifications or movements or command orders. Not sure exactly. Oh, screening moves. Look, yeah, it looks like you can mark them down for screens. I like that. Anyway, looks relatively complex, but definitely good. Definitely something to keep your eyes on if you are into this type. So that's the next one that's on the list. All right, let's keep on going. Next one that is up is Command Modern Operations. It says Nerf Wars on downgrading Russian systems and units in command. I think this is the one that I was thinking of earlier when I was talking about one that you controlled like from the aircraft carrier. Let's pop this up. No, cut it down just a bit.
Premier tactical operational game of modern joint and cross-domain operations, from the trenches, wave towers,
yeah.
all the way
I've
to
seen
near
this one
space.
before.
It enables
That's
you to
another one I've
simulate
had on
every
my
military
radar, but
engagement
it's
from post
so
World War II
complex.
to the present day. Thanks to his unmatched database covering aircraft, ships, submarines, ground forces, installations, satellites, and even strategic weapons from almost every nation in the world. Experience conflict from post-World War II all the way to 2020 and beyond in more than 600 official and community scenarios. Command Modern Operation employs a wide range of tools to control the battlefield.
If I remember right, this one it's already released, but I believe it has a mess load of DLCs for it. Let me take a look real quick. This one is already released. I've kept an eye on it because sometimes it's available on Steam on sale and sometimes it's not. This one is one of the higher cost ones. It is $80, but definitely has a lot of positive reviews going for it. And oh yeah, lot of modules that you can add to it. So with this one, you get like the base game and then you can add in whatever different other scenarios or add in little faction stuff like that. But global scale, World War II, all the way up to modern day. Looks interesting, not hex and counter. I think battles take place in like real time, but you have the ability to pause it. Don't hold me to all that because like I said, I haven't played this one. It's just one I've kind of had my eye on for a little bit. But also another one that's going to be talked about during their little during their show next week. So let's keep on going. And okay, they said Strategic Command is one of the ones, but it didn't say what was Strategic Command was going to be down. And I was reading over the email trying to figure it out, and I didn't see if they had another one coming or not. But Strategic Command is one that I've played. I definitely like that one. Hex and counter can be big or smaller, just depending on which one. Like there's the American Civil War, which takes a smaller, or you've got World War I, World War II, World War II just in Europe, World War II at war. I've played both the World War II, War in the World, and it includes the Pacific, and I've played Strategic Command, World War II, just War in Europe. Both of them, good games. There's research, there's purchasing new units, capturing, all the other good stuff. So think of it as, now this is just the way I think of it, but kind of a hex encounter version of Hearts of Iron, but it also is like turn-based, right? Hearts of Iron 4. So how you can improve your units, develop new technologies and stuff like that as the war goes on. You can do that in the strategic commands. Now, the ones that I've played, I have not played all of them. Like Global Command, I haven't played. World War One, I haven't played, and Civil War, I haven't played. They do have a bundle. Obviously, it is available on Steam as well. They're going to be talking about Strategic Command. I'm not sure if they're announcing another game or the next one in the series. I think I'd heard something about a modern version or a futuristic version, but don't quote me on it. I might be wrong on that one. So if you like Strategic Command, definitely some tune in for. All right, so the next one that is going to be talked about during their show is going to be a game called Rule the Waves 3. Now, I don't know Rule the Waves 1 or 2, so I can't comment one way or the other on it. But it claims to be a simulation of naval ship design and construction, fleet management, naval warfare from 1890 to 1970. And will place you in the role of Grand Admiral of a Navy from the time when steam and iron dominated warship design up to the missile age. Cool. We'll let you design and build the ships of your Navy and lead them into battle when war erupts. You will guide your Navy's deployment, construction, and operations during a period of great technological innovation and political tensions. While the game derives much of its technology and events from actual history, you will find that you will forge your own new history each and every time you play. Oh, cool. I like that. For me, I like the theoretical. So what if Germany had done with this? What if Russia had done that? You know, I love those scenarios instead of kind of feeling like you're pigeonholed into exactly what happened during history. This sounds like a game it's going to be for someone who likes something like Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought or Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail. If you've heard of either one of those games, you can also design your ships, work on where you want to put the turrets or armor, things like that. Gives a campaign start for either 1890, 1900, 1920, 1935, and can run through 1970. So you can start in 1890 and go all the way up to about World War III time frame. Strategic turns with battles resolved in realistic tactical naval battle resolution system. I have no idea what that means. Manage your naval budget, deal with interfering kaisers, presidents, or navy ministers, as well as a variety of historical events, including naval treaties. Realistic design of ships, ranging from corvettes to battleships and aircraft carriers. Research and technical development will determine ship design and tactics. Espionage will keep you up to date on the progress of competing navies. Submarines, airships, like Zeppelins? Are they got Zeppelins in this? I would freaking love it if you got Zeppelins in this. Aircraft and missiles will all appear and change the naval balance of power. Build, train, maintain, and fight with your own ideal navy. Construct coastal fortifications, air bases, and other defenses. Play as USA, Great Britain, Germany, France, Russia, Italy, Japan, Spain, Austria-Hungary, or China. So, it says the beta test is open. If you are interested, maybe contact Matrix and see if you can jump into the beta test. Or they might have a link. I don't see one here. It says product page coming soon, but there is a forum. So if you go check out the forum, you might be able to find the beta link there. All right, so the next one up on our list, need no introduction. Of course, it is Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2, Steel Inferno, because Steel Inferno is the expansion that is coming out for the base game of War in the East. Now, actually, thanks to Slitherine Matrix, I actually have War in the East 2 now. They sent me a code for that, and something I'm thinking about doing just to be dumb, all right, just to be incredibly dumb with it, is to play the game and just do it blind. No reading, no player aids, no trying to, read the forums for advice or good tactics or something like that. Just boot the game up, try to figure it out, and see how bad I do at it. Gary Grigsby's games, both of them, War in the East, War in the West, War in the East 2, they all have very high ratings on Steam. It's like the creme de la creme when it comes to hex and counter based war games. I mean, this is it, especially when it comes for War in the East war games. It really is one of the top games, but it is incredibly detailed. You can micromanage almost every facet of the game. Let's see. Steel Inferno is putting the spotlight on several major offensives that influenced the course of the war in the East, while opening up new areas of the War in the East 2 map with 8 new scenarios and 2 new campaigns. I mean, God, the scenarios last long enough. Lord knows, I've seen some people who have played through like a whole campaign, and their video series, their playlist is something like 100 videos long. Doing a campaign of one of these is not a light endeavor. It is, war gamers, right? If you want to be a war gamer, this is the game that you're going to play. It's kind of like 1985 Under an Iron Sky or Sacred Oil, those type of games. If you want to really claim to be a grognard, that's the game you're going to play. Now, it has not released yet, but it is coming soon, so stay tuned for that. The War in the East 2 is also another rather costly one. On Steam, does cost $79 or $80 rather. I'm not sure how much the expansion is going to be, but based on previous examples, I would say probably about 19 would be a good rough estimate for what you should expect the expansion to cost. I will say, if you are like me and funds aren't always massively available because you have 4 young kids, the Gary Grigsby's games do go on sale on Steam. Not often, but at least maybe once or twice a year, I see them pop up on sale. So throw them in your wish list if you can't afford the full price for it, and wait, and you'll see it eventually pop up there and jump on it then. But just make sure you don't miss it. Oh, and if you guys like the idea of just a blind dumbass playthrough and see how badly I get smoked, let me know down in the comments. I think that one actually could be a little funny. All right, so next up that they're going to be talking about is Combat Mission. But I'm not sure exactly what's coming for Combat Mission. I just know that it's going to be Combat Mission. And just in case you don't know what Combat Mission is, all right, catch up Steam. For some reason, anytime I go full screen on Steam, it always does this. It's the one that it's kind of RTS-y in the way you control your troops, but you'll have a selection of troops and you're trying to accomplish whatever the mission is. There's a wide variety of different types of scenarios and time periods, modern, World War II, different stuff. But you see here, I pulled up one of the videos and you can see how the forces are working with each other, so you can pull out, but you can zoom in too and actually see what's really going on with it. I know I'm probably explaining it to everyone who's already played it. If more than likely you've already heard of Combat Mission, but it is a fun game. Most war gamers really do get into it. And as you can see, I just typed it in here into Steam. There's a buttload. There's a lot going on with Combat Mission. I just don't know what's coming with it. I know they're going to be talking about it. Maybe a new game, maybe some new DLC. But if you like Combat Mission, check it out. All right, our next one is going to be Nuclear War Simulator. So let's turn this up and let you guys watch what it is. All right, so that's Nuclear War Simulator. That one is not out yet. All it says is coming soon, doesn't say exactly when. And to me, this stinks of ICBM, a prettier version of ICBM. See, it's probably in the suggested. Yeah, it does not show ICBM there. Really, it does not show it. It should, because that's exactly what this is reminding me of. But if you've played ICBM before, you want another game in that genre, boom, here you go, Nuclear War Simulator. But from the looks of it, looks like one where you'll pick whatever country you're going to control and work on developing your nuclear resources, whether it's subs or different missile launch systems. My father actually worked on those, the Titan II missile system. So that's what he did for the Air Force. Anyway, develop your technologies, whether it's bombers, and then your defenses to try to take out the enemy missiles. And my guess is there's some type of trigger. Whoever gets to the point first or reaches that segment of the game and they start launching, and it's try to take out your enemy before they take you out. All right, so our last one is one that really doesn't need much of a intro. There's a good chance you've heard of this one. They are going to be talking about Shadow Empire. So Shadow Empire is it says deep, but it is a incredibly deep turn-based 4X game. So that explore, exploit, expand, that type game with a unique blend of military focus, procedurally generated content, and role-playing features. Let me play the video here for you guys real quick.
A rather complex turn-based strategy game, taking 4X elements, procedural generation, role-playing features, and blending them together. Set on a distant planet over 6,000 years in the future, Shadow Empire gives you the chance to lead a small city of survivors after a terrible civil war destroyed a once proud galactic republic. Your task will be to survive and rebuild civilization, and nothing will be spared to you in this great journey, as Shadow Empire offers one of the deepest and most flexible ranges of decisions ever created. Recruit leaders and appoint them to become zone governors, council directors, army commanders, or advisors, but watch them carefully. Unsatisfied leaders could leave you, rebel, or turn corrupt. Leaders band together in factions to join their forces to demand things from you, like a specific zone to conquer or a special policy they want to see in place. Take critical decisions for your nation and people through a wide array of stratagem cards. They are designed to help you cope with multiple and different situations, such as establishing diplomatic relations with other nations, attaching special units to your troops, reward loyal subjects, and more. Extend your logistical network capabilities by building roads, railroads, truck stations, and supply bases. Logistics is taken seriously in Shadow Empire. Witness a realistic supply model where lacking enough quantity of some crucial resource or outrunning your supply network always has consequences. Lack of food will lead to hunger, starvation, and in the end will kill your troops and populace. Scarcity of fuel will stop your tanks, while a low level of ammunition will decrease enormously the combat worthiness of your troops. Prospect for water, metals, oil, and even radioactives in inhospitable locations and mine them to fuel your industries and your lust for expansion. Scavenge the ruins and even discover archaeological finds. Shadow Empire employs a detailed combat resolution mechanic that takes into account factors as posture stratagems, morale, supplies, concentric attack, entrenchment, leader skill rolls, and more. This is one of the most ambitious games ever designed, immersing you in a hard and challenging fight for survival on a faraway alien planet.
Yeah, so as you guys can see, Shadow Empire is deep, deep. I've watched a few, like I said, playthroughs of this, and it is amazingly how quick you can make a small mistake that snowballs into a big mistake. I have not actually played the game myself. It is always one that I've been interested in trying, so hopefully I will give it a shot one day. But the game looks good, so it's like a hardcore hex and counter civilization game, but so much deeper. It's like grown up man version of civilization, trying to take care of your empire, all the different resources. It's not just, oh, worker needs food crap. It's your people are going to starve and rebel type stuff. But it looks like they are doing something. I saw it on Steam. Let's pull it up there because it's quicker for me to get to it. It says new planet classes. So major update, new planet classes. I'm wondering if that's what they're talking about when it comes to Shadow Empire, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they have a DLC coming for the game. There's not one right now. It's just the base game Shadow Empire. And this is another one that does pop on sale occasionally. They are on Steam. And the best part about games like this is the requirements are really nothing. All right, it's not hard by any means to run some of these games. That's what I love about war games. Is a lot of them you can run them on a brick. It doesn't matter. So yeah, hardcore 4X game where you try to take care of your civilization, all the different resources, surviving raiders and other civilizations, all that cool stuff, political intrigue. It almost has kind of like a Dune feel to it in a way, but Shadow Empire, hopefully they announce something really exciting that would definitely get me off my butt to finally give this one a shot. So anyway, that is all that they're going to be talking about that I know of right now as far as game wise. But if you guys forgive me for a sec, I am going to read to you the update. In the email, they had a little statement of what's to be expected, so I'm going to read that out to you now. It says next week is a big week for Hex's Encounters. When in 2010 Slitherine acquired Matrix Games, the gaming world was different. We didn't have a Steam presence and we had to be very protective with prices and discounts. Finding a new development partner specialized in war games was still a frequent possibility. We are now here 12 years later, ready to celebrate war games in a series of dedicated live streams on Twitch with deep discounts and promotions. Gotta love that. And the hope that the development community notices how vibrant and lively this fantastic hobby is. The event will feature never seen before footage for Flashpoint campaigns, Southern Storm, Command Falklands, and War in the East 2 Steel Inferno. There will be interviews, the first showing of Rule of Waves 3, so sweet, news about the future of Combat Mission and Shadow Empire, and more. We've got promos and discounts across multiple stores, interviews, chats, and social media posts. There is something for everyone who's got a passing interest in the genre and a whole week of happenings for the ones who want to follow everything. We are eager to reposition the home of Wargames brand so that it generally feels like a place to share a passion and discuss it with friends. We'll keep investing in the hobby. It is our responsibility as market leaders, and it's also an ongoing mission for both the company's founders and new members. Next week is a celebration, but it's also our message to anyone willing to take on the challenge of learning and loving these types of games. It's undoubtedly not low-hanging fruit, no kidding, especially when you talk about like War in the East. We know it requires patience and interest, time to focus, and disposition. Nevertheless, we can guarantee it's one of the most satisfying passions you could ever dream of. The sense of achievement and victory, the fulfillment when choosing a good move, and the openness and courtesy of the community are rare on today's internet. That's no joke. When I started playing with Steam Trains, I only had a light interest in the topic. It slowly grew into a profound passion thanks to a community of hobbyists that welcomed me, intending to help me find my place. It is with the same hope that we keep nurturing this place to make it comfortable for every wargamer looking for a home. Marco Manoli? We're going with Manoli of Slitherine. So that is what you guys can expect for next week. Definitely check out the stream if you get a chance. If you miss it, try to check it out later. And if I get a chance, I'll actually sit down and go over the stream a little bit and see what they talk about and kind of catch people up per se if you happen to miss it. But I do like that idea of promotions and discounts and all that cool stuff. So they might be doing some giveaways. They might be doing some real cheap deals. Maybe if you're interested in some of these and you want to try to catch one at a good price, and definitely check out that stream and don't miss it. But if you miss it, you can always check it back later and see what you can find out. And they're right. Wargaming is still kicking butt. It's growing. Plenty of people love it, but it is undoubtedly a harder genre to get into than just your run-of-the-mill gaming. But you can tell it's a passion when you look at some of those games, especially those deep hex and counter war games where you have to learn the NATO symbols and what the hex and terrain mean and different combat modifiers and all that stuff. For me, it doesn't matter if you're doing it digitally, you're doing it on a board game, doing it on the table. It's all the same stuff. Everyone loves these games. I want to help see them propagate and continue to do well. Wishing them the best. I hope the Twitch stream goes well. I probably won't be on it because we've got appointments that day, but hopefully if things go quick, we might be able to get back in time to catch it. So I will try to be there if possible, but if I don't, I will catch you guys after it. All right, you all take care. I will catch you in the next one.